What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the top 3 best hunting horn builds in Monster Hunter Wilds. So in this guide I will give you a quick overview of each setup, then I will explain what skills and upgrades should you focus on. Then as well we'll see what is the best gear and how to get it. And then finally we will go over the jewels, talismans, your skill rotations, and even different stages of progression, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. If you are looking for any of these builds on the website for their stats or more specifics, then click my link description or the pinned comment. So moving over to the first setup, which is the wide range SNS build. For this we are going to be combining sword and shield with the hunting horn to create a very powerful synergy. The sword and shield is renowned for its balanced approach, providing a mix of quick attacks, defensive blocks, and unparalleled mobility. Its agility enables us to execute quick strikes and reposition rapidly, which makes it ideal for exploiting monster vulnerabilities. But then on the other hand, the hunting horn serves as a dual purpose, so we can do big blunt damage and play melodies that give us buffs for entire party. By performing specific note combinations, we can enhance attack power, defense, elemental resistances, and more for not only ourselves but our allies. This weapon combo addresses multiple combat aspects, from dealing damage and defending to providing crucial support, which makes us highly versatile. The hunting horn's buffs complements our sword and shield offensive and defensive strengths by giving us a balanced and resilient DPS dynamic. To optimize the wide range strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities is crucial, so for skills we're going with the wide range at level 5, critical status at level 3, then also level 3 paralysis attack, level 3 burst, level 3 earplugs, level 3 free meal, level 3 mushroom answer, and level 3 item prolonger. Then next we have critical draw at level 2 and power breaker at level 2, while for the rest of them we have at level 1, which is the guard up, ebony, Odogordon's power, and the impaired wisdom. Next up we have equipment, and for the sword and shield we're using the Lala Akontrophen, with decorations like the Paralyzer Javel 3, Crit Status Javel 3, and the Shield Javel. While for our second weapon we got the hunting horn called the Resounding Galahad with just one sonorous code Javel. Next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Ebony Helm. Then for chest we got the Sealed Coat with the Destroyer Javel. Then for arms we got the Battle Vambraces with the Earplugs Javel. Then for waist we have the G Ebony Coil with the Destroyer Javel and the Friendship Javel. Then on legs we got the Melachoya Roots with Earplug Javel. On talisman we got the Extension Charm 3, while on the mantle we have the Corrupted Mantle. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. So we want to initiate combat by starting fights with the hunting horn to deploy essential buffs, which will strengthen ours and the team's overall performance. Then next we want to switch to the sword and shield for close quarter combat, utilizing its speed and defensive capabilities to deal consistent damage while maintaining mobility. And then when our team requires additional support, we can transition back to the hunting horn to refresh buffs or place echo bubbles strategically by ensuring continuous advantage throughout the battle. And now for the last and final setup, we are using the Undead Greatsword build. So for our combo we got the Greatsword with the hunting horn, and both together they have an exceptional performance. The Greatsword itself has a high raw damage output, delivering powerful charge attacks capable of staggering or toppling monsters. Although its considerable size results in a slower movement and attack speed, it will require us to anticipate monster behaviors and position ourselves strategically to maximize damage output. But then on the other hand, the hunting horn will serve as both a melee weapon and a support tool, allowing us to perform melodies that grant various buffs to us and allies. These buffs can enhance attack power, defense, elemental resistances, and even provide healing over time, making the hunting horn a versatile asset in any fight. Pairing the greatsword with the hunting horn is also more commonly known as an immortal build that is focused on maximizing damage while maintaining continuous health, regeneration, and defensive boosts. This combination will ensure that everyone in your party can withstand a prolonged engagement without the constant need for healing items. To optimize the Undead Greatsword strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities that complement both our weapons is crucial. So for our main skills we're using the Defensive Boost at level 7, then Weakness Exploit at level 5, then Punishing Jaw at level 3, then Slugger at level 3, then Charge Master at level 3, then also Focus, Part Breaker, Divine Blessing, and Recovery Up all are at level 3. Next we have the Flayer at level 2, and then the last skills like the Guardian Arcvel's Vitality, Recovery Speed, Arcvel's Hunger, Convert Element and Quick Seed all are at level 1. Next up we have equipment, and for the Greatsword we're using the Varanzi with the reinforcements like the Attack Boost, Sharpness and Affinity Boost. While for decorations we got the Gambit Coadjuval, Charge Coadjuval and the Focus Coadjuval. Then on our second weapon we got the Queen Chargemaker Hunting Horn, with decorations like the Sonorous Coadjuval and the Drain Jewel. Next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Arcveld Helm, with the Tenderizer Jewel and the Destroyer Jewel. Then on chest we got the Arc Vulcan Mail with the Tenderizer Jewel and Destroyer Jewel. Then on arms we got the G Arcveld Vambraces with 3 different defensive jewels. Then on waist we got the Suya Zash with the Destroyer Jewel and 2 Medicine Jewels. Then on legs we got the Arc Vulcan Greaves with the Flayer Jewel and the Medicine Jewel. And lastly for talisman we got the Defensive Charm 4, while on the mantle we got the Mending Mantle. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. We always want to initiate encounters by utilizing the Greatsword's charged attacks to deal substantial damage and focusing on the monster weak points to capitalize on the increased affinity from the skills like the Weakness Exploit. When a monster becomes more aggressive or if you need to reposition quickly, then you want to switch to a Hunting Horn. You can perform melodies that grant health regeneration, defensive boosts and elemental resistances. These buffs will persist even after switching back to a Greatsword, so we will ensure continuous benefits. You also want to regularly refresh Hunting Horn melodies to ensure continuous buff uptime. The health regeneration and defensive boosts are crucial for our build sustainability. You also want to monitor the monster's behavior to take the advantage of the Agitator skill when the monster is enraged. Additionally, you can use the charge attack strategically, leveraging the focus skill to reduce charge times and inflict wounds more rapidly. And given the aggressive nature of this build, managing stamina is vital, so equip items or consume consumables that help in stamina recovery to maintain relentless pressure on the monster. And now for the last and final setup, we got the Elemental Charge Blade build. An effective combination is the Elemental Charge Blade as the primary weapon with the Hunting Horn as the secondary. This setup balances offensive power with supportive buffs, enabling us to deal substantial damage while enhancing our own and team's performance. Focusing on elemental build will involve selecting a charge blade that complements the target's monster weaknesses, thereby maximizing damage output. And when paired as a secondary weapon, the Hunting Horn will provide a range of melodies that can buff everyone. These buffs can enhance attack power, defense, elemental resistances and more, and offer big advantages during fights. The Hunting Horn's ability to improve status effects and provide healing make it a valuable support tool, so you can easily switch between support and DPS at any time. To optimize this elemental strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities is crucial. So for skills we're using level 5 Burst and level 5 Weakness Exploit. Then we have level 3 Critical Boost, level 3 Fire Attack, level 3 Maximum Might and level 3 Divine Blessing. Then we have level 2 Load Shells and level 2 Windproof. And then for the last skills we have all of them at level 1. And they are the Rapid Morph, Guard, Arcvel's Hunger, Recovery Speed, Self-Improvement and Flayer. Next up we have equipment, and for weapons on the Charge Blade we're using the Chrono Gear, with reinforcements like Affinity, Elemental Boost and Sharpness. While for decorations we got the Critical Jewel 3, Blaze Quick Switch Jewel and the Magazine Iron Wall Jewel. And then for a second weapon we got the Percipian Kovera Hunting Horn, with decorations such as the Sonorous Attack Jewel 2 and Attack Jewel 1. Next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Ebony Helm with Mighty Jewel. Then for chest we got the Arc Vulcan Mail with the Tenderizer Jewel and a Mighty Jewel. Then for arms we got the G Rotalus Vambraces with the Mighty Jewel and 2 Protection Jewels. Then for waist we got the Arc Vulcan Coil with the Grow Jewel and Protection Jewel. While on the legs we got the Udra Mire Greaves with the Flayer Jewel. And then for talisman we got the Chain Charm 2, and for mantle we got the Evasion Mantle. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. So like for most Charge Blade builds, we want to start fights in the Sword and Shield mode, to charge files by executing standard attacks and focusing on the monster's weak points, to benefit from the Weakness Exploit. Then second of all, we want to utilize the Hunting Horn to play melodies that enhance elemental attack power, defense and other beneficial effects, so prioritize buffs that align with the team's strategy and the monster's characteristics. But then once files are charged and buffs are active, switch to the Axe mode and unleash powerful elemental discharges, by capitalizing on the increased damage from the elemental attack buffs. You also need to regularly monitor and refresh Hunting Horn buffs to ensure continuous advantage. On top of this, keep files charged to maintain offensive pressure and readiness for high damage attacks. And lastly, don't forget to utilize the Hunting Horn's Echo Bubble feature to provide AoE buffs, enhancing team survivability and performance. And on top of this, use the Charge Blade's guard point and evasive maneuvers to defend against monsters. So let me know what you think about these builds in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous top 5 best builds video, where I showed even more powerful builds, so click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.